Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. This is your fourth stimulus check update and daily news report. So in this video, I will be going over today's latest stimulus news and information. New checks are going out this week to millions of Americans. Also, in a video later today, I will be announcing the winner of this week's $100 Walmart gift card giveaway. But remember, it's not too late to enter the giveaway, so if you're interested, please make sure to watch until the end of this video. Thank you so much, everyone. In one of the worst years ever for the economy and labor market, America's poverty rate dropped, per one measure that takes into account crisis-era aid. New data underscores the colossal positive impact of stimulus checks, expanded unemployment payments, and other benefits that had on households in the year 2020, even as millions of Americans lost their jobs. Without them, and other safety nets like Social Security, the poverty rate jumped for the first time in 5 years by 1 percentage point to 11.4%. According to new data from the Census Bureau, American household income fell last year amid the economic hit of the crisis, reflecting the first decline in median household income since the Great Recession in 2011. The median household income decreased 2.9% to $67,500 between 2019 and 2020. The hit to the economic prospect of U.S. workers was underscored by decline in full-time workers last year. The census found that the number of people with full-time jobs plunged by 13.7 million jobs last year. That is the biggest drop since the agency started tracking this data in 1967. The brunt of full-time job losses was borne by low-income workers, with the census finding that about 54% of those that lost jobs paid less than $34,000 a year. And even so, the number of people living in poverty actually declined last year, when taking into account government aid, ranging from stimulus payments to crisis unemployment aid. Without that government assistance, it is likely that poverty would have risen sharply last year. The first two stimulus checks lifted nearly 12 million people out of poverty, making the direct payments the most effective anti-poverty program after Social Security, which kept almost 27 million people from poverty.
This really is a pivotal moment in American history. Through the reconciliation bill, what we are doing is taking on virtually every powerful special interest in this country. And I'm talking about the drug companies and the insurance companies, and the fossil fuel industry and corporate America and the wealthiest people in this country. Because what we are trying to do, among many other things, is lower the cost of prescription drugs in America. Because the American people are sick and tired, in some instances, of paying 10 times more for the same exact drug sold in Canada or in Europe. And what the pharmaceutical industry has done year after year, pour huge amounts of money in lobbying, the campaign contributions. In fact, they have spent over $4 billion in lobbying and campaign contributions in the last 10 years. So that the result is that they can raise their prices to any level they want. They can double the price of the drug you're getting tomorrow, and that's legal because they write the laws. And today, 1 out of 5 Americans cannot afford the medicine they need. How outrageous is that? How outrageous is it that thousands of people literally die each year because they don't get the insulin, they don't get the medicine that they desperately need, but they can't afford it? Well, we are now taking on the pharmaceutical industry. At the very least, what we want to do is have Medicare negotiate prescription drug prices with the pharmaceutical industry, raise many hundreds of billions of dollars, use that money to expand Medicare to cover dental care, eyeglasses, and hearing aids. And the pharmaceutical industry is doing everything they can. They're putting dishonest ads on television. They're lobbying like crazy. But now is the time, finally, for the Congress of the United States to have the courage to stand up to the drug companies, to stand up to the fossil fuel industry, to stand up to the healthcare industry, and represent ordinary Americans and not just the wealthy and the powerful.
The federal government issued a third stimulus check in the spring of 2021, but that was not counted in the data given that the funds did not impact household finances in 2020. Unemployment aid which was expanded and extended during the crisis, kept 5.5 million people out of poverty. This is what the analysis found. But that likely understates the impact of the unemployment program, given that a fair share of people tend to underreport income in surveys such as a census. Programs like unemployment assistance, which provided jobless aid to gig workers for the first time ever, were targeted to those who had lost their jobs and incomes, while stimulus checks were distributed to all eligible low and middle-class Americans, regardless of whether they needed the help. But those unemployment programs ended over Labor Day weekend, and another round of stimulus checks is not considered likely. Many households may struggle without that aid, especially as the jobless rate remains elevated compared with prior to this crisis. So everyone, what are your thoughts on what's going on? Should federal unemployment benefits be extended? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much. Everyone, the key word for this video is whale. If you're interested in winning a $100 Walmart gift card, please do make sure to comment below this keyword, be subscribed to my channel, and like this video. Thank you so much, everyone. Once the impact of stimulus payments, tax credits, and other government benefits are stripped away, the poverty measure actually rose last year. But a more complete supplemental measure of poverty, which takes into account income streams such as stimulus payments, actually did show that the share of people in poverty dipped after the aid was factored in. All told, the government's multiple round of stimulus payments and enhanced aid helped lift nearly 12 million Americans out of poverty during the depths of this crisis recession. The first stimulus check was for $1,200 and the second was for $600. Then, as mentioned above, the third stimulus check was for an amount of $1,400 for each qualified American. With each check, there were various qualifying limits. If there is to be a fourth stimulus check, then experts believe that the amount should be similar to the previous payments. Some high-profile politicians have even called for recurring checks of $2,000 to be provided for struggling families, although political commentators point out that this would be very difficult to approve. It should be kept in mind that the framework is already in place and that the high-profile nature of these stimulus checks would be passing the legislation is a priority. And that's if President Biden and his colleagues decide to go down this route again. Therefore, any fourth stimulus check announcement would soon be followed by the actual sending out of the money. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me here this morning. I greatly and truly appreciate it. Please don't forget to enter this week's Walmart gift card giveaway. All you have to do is enter the keyword for this video, be subscribed to my channel, and like this video. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a very blessed Friday.